Hi everyone, I'm Todd Harris. I'm the Senior Associate Dean of Students at Methodist University. I am now recording this video for about the 10th time on about the 10th different device. So I hope this works and I can get it published tonight. I hope everyone's doing well. I've enjoyed the articles so far. I don't have any concerns about the class. I'm just looking forward to learning about policies that impact higher education funding. So I wrote down some notes. I hope this will be helpful. As I was reading the articles, I jotted down notes in the sidebar. I wanted to record my reactions and perhaps clarify some of my thoughts about higher education as a public good. I certainly agree that well-educated citizens contribute to a civilized society in numerous ways. Students are obviously learning and training for a career in college. However, beyond professional work life, a college-educated community makes many significant contributions through responsible citizenship. They earn more and pay higher taxes, thus contributing more in taxes to their cities. They value education and promote education with their children, thus raising achievement in the local schools. Educated citizens volunteer and lead organizations that improve the lives of others in their communities. That said, it appears that higher education contributes to the public good. Does that mean that higher education should be fully funded by the public? I don't necessarily think so, or at least it shouldn't be fully funded. First of all, it would likely be that public institutions are the ones who would receive the funding, and that would ultimately negatively impact the enrollment of many private institutions. Small schools with small endowments would likely close, causing job loss in the community, and then a large or a small campus with empty facilities. Let's look at secondary school through 12th grade. All children in the U.S. are supposed to have access to free education. I assume that they do. However, I would imagine that there are some children who are not putting forward the effort to reach the potential with their free education. There are many reasons why kids don't succeed, and I won't go into that now. If college were free for those who could get accepted, then many might just decide to try it and see if it's something that they want to do. Why not? Somebody else is paying for it. For instance, I can just try college. I have nothing to lose, and I can delay getting a job for a while. Over the past 20 years, working at 5 distinctly different institutions, I've seen a lackadaisical mentality from some students, even when the education wasn't free. So this approach would waste tax dollars. I would take a different approach. First, accept students on a need-blind basis who have the grades to be accepted. If someone literally can't pay, then give the student the more money to attend college. However, the institution must expect a commitment from that student to one's education, which will be measured by academic achievement and/or academic commitment through documented tutoring, advising, and study hall times. If a student can pay, then they should pay more in their first year. Everyone needs to have a little skin in the game, as they say. It shows that you really want your education. After all, that's what good parents do. If a kid wants something, they make them earn it, or put some of their own money in so they have ownership. If a student does well by the end of the first year, then their tuition should be reduced, and so forth the next year, and so forth again. The better the grades and the more classes they complete, the more their tuition will be reduced. It shows that the institution will commit more tax dollars towards a student's education if they demonstrate a commitment to academic achievement. So why should tax dollars be invested in students who don't produce? Everyone needs an incentive. I would never fully fund education using tax dollars. The problem is that the more that is funded, the more the government will want to have control. That type of control could reduce the types of classes that are offered if they are not producing graduates or employing those students, folks in alumni in profitable jobs. Case in point, when big donors give to institutions, there are often conditions that come along with those donations about how the money can be used. So you better believe that the more the public pays for college educations, the more control they will want placed on the institutions. One suggestion in the readings was that colleges may not be needed in the future and that organizations could simply train individuals for their jobs. As one who spent a number of years working at a liberal arts college, I learned the value of a cross-disciplinary approach to education that taught students to think critically, thus liberating the mind, hence liberal arts. Liberating the mind to question everything and formulate well-crafted, intelligent arguments. I highly doubt that a corporation or government agency would provide a multidisciplinary education to its new employees when training them for a specific job. Without colleges and universities and their vast array of expert scholars and teachers, individuals would not receive a multifaceted education that demonstrates connections across disciplines. Another concern for fully funding higher education as a public good is that over time, it could be determined that some majors simply don't serve the public to the same degree as others. It's always difficult to sustain funding levels through unpredictable tax revenue years, and when it comes time to balance the budget, some underperforming majors may get cut. What you might begin to see is that some universities morph into STEM-type institutions with much less emphasis on the social sciences. The market will always shape what's considered to be the public good, and therefore we have to be careful as we proceed. I look forward to seeing your videos, and I hope this will be helpful information to you all.